Welcome to Highmark Stadium on the banks of the Monongahela River in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for more USL soccer action featuring the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the Harrisburg City Islanders. It is leg 2 of the Keystone Derby. Looking forward to seeing more from these two in-state rivals. I'm Matt Geico along with Paul Child and Gene Klein, bringing you the action here on YouTube, also on riverhounds.com. Thank you for watching this evening. And gentlemen, what an evening it was Wednesday, as the man you see on your screen right there, Rob Vincent, got the game winner against the Tampa Bay Rowdies to advance the Riverhounds to the 4th round of U.S. Open Cup action. They will host DC United of MLS, but what a thrilling match it was on Wednesday night, Paul.
Yeah, it was really a good game, and actually the Riverhounds looked very, very good in the beginning of the game, had 2 or 3 real good chances. The Rowdies kind of had a couple of chances, but I definitely felt that we were the better of the two teams, and finally got a goal late in the game, but definitely deserved it. Didn't you think so, Gina?
Definitely deserved a well-deserved win. I mean, I thought the Riverhounds controlled the tempo, controlled the play. I mean, Tampa Bay had some moments, but all in all, throughout the 90 minutes, it was the Riverhound match to win and to take, and I think it was a well-deserved victory.
We just saw Willie Hunt on our screen. There's Anthony Vergara as well, number 12. A part of that Riverhounds defense that has put up clean sheets in both of their U.S. Open Cup matches. So, Gene, what have you seen from this group that has allowed them to really lock things down? And that's including a 2-1 win at Richmond last week down in Virginia. So, unbeaten in 3 are the Hounds, and they've allowed just 1 goal over that stretch.
I really think it's the cohesion is starting to develop with the back 4. We've had Tyler Pasher, Willie Hunt, Anthony Arena, and Michael Green as our back 4. And once you get some consistency for that, we're starting to see some better defending.
Well, we'll bring you more in terms of a preview for tonight's contest. Right now, though, it's the national anthem.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Great job, Ariel.
Moments away from kickoff in leg 2 of 4, the Keystone Derby, a rematch of opening night. That was quite an evening. I spoke of an exciting night of action on Wednesday against Tampa Bay. Well, it was the same case on March 28th of this year. The Riverhounds scoring 5 goals, beating their cross-state rivals 5-2, and it was a hat trick for Kevin Kerr, 2 goals and 2 assists for Rob Vincent. Those guys really haven't stopped this year. Vincent with 6 goals and 4 assists in USL action. That's a total of 9 games. He's tops in points per game. Kevin Kerr not far behind him, just 4th in the league point hierarchy. 4 goals, 5 helpers. Kerr and Vincent have both started and competed in all 9 league games in addition to the U.S. Open Cup action. So once again, it was Rob Vincent, Paul, on Wednesday night, and he spoke of the game opening up, running into space, and when you give him that room, just a little bit of room, in fact, he can make you pay.
No, he really did. I mean, he got a breakaway. I remember him going from the midfield line and sprinting down the, pretty much down the center of the field, and he kind of opened up for him. And I know I said he's got to hit one, and he did, and he kind of skipped off the turf, which was pretty slick at that that time that night, and it shot right into the bottom right-hand corner. Keeper couldn't get to it. Great effort, and he's always looking dangerous around the top of the box and in that area when you can see him winding up and getting ready for a shot.
You see the Riverhounds in their gold uniforms, the Harrisburg City Islanders in light blue and dark blue. And, Gene, I don't want to forget, though, what a landmark, I think, win for this club last Saturday at Richmond. That's a team that's only lost at home, I believe, to Orlando City over the past 2 years in the Kickers. And we saw how tough they were here at Highmark in a 1-1 draw 2 weeks ago. And the Hounds got 2 quick ones and were able to hold on. So just a building sense with this club in a positive direction.
Tremendous victory, and people have to understand how difficult it is to win in Richmond. I mean, Paul and I talked, trying to think back all the way back to the early years in '99, and maybe that's our second win there, I believe, in Richmond. And we thought it was just us, didn't we, Paul? Then we talked to Mark Steffens, and he says, no, it was the same way with him when he was with Charlotte. So it's always, they always have one of the strongest teams in the league, and certainly one of the best organizations. And couple that with the fact that it's a difficult place to play, even though it's a great stadium, and we get some strange refereeing down in Richmond too.
Watch out, here's a chance right off the hop for the Islanders, but it's roll right in on Ryan Hewlings, who gets his second consecutive start. That shot was taken by Cardell Benbow, the Jamaican national. And speaking of Jamaicans, Ryan Thompson, the Riverhounds' #1 keeper, still not quite fit enough with that strained back that's been a problem for 3 weeks, really, since he injured it down in Charleston. And he will be leaving the club to join the Jamaican national team for the Copa America tournament this week. So it's going to be Ryan Hewlings and probably Callie Brown's net as well, a couple of rookies who have both done well in their brief action. And this is actually Ryan Hewlings' first USL contest. He played Wednesday against Tampa, also the previous week in U.S. Open Cup against the amateur West Virginia Chaos.
Yeah, I think it's quite a story, actually, Ryan Hewlings coming in and playing, who really, I mean, let's be honest, he's signed on to...
Oh, there's a
cross and a save. Rebound, Chabrillo. And he pokes it just wide. Beautiful cross, though, by Mike Green on the near side.
Boy, he'd want that one back, I would think, Gino. That was a great opportunity, and I thought Miro was going to get some power on that, but he kind of went straight to the keeper. No real test.
Nick Noble really spilled that one, which is unusual. He's a quality keeper, and but he spilled that one right to him.
He had to give him a second opportunity and couldn't get on it.
Chabrillo, the Robert Morris University product, second-year Hound, has 2 goals on the year, both through the air, so that had all the looks of how he usually gets on the score sheet. And he got a goal in Richmond last week as well, part of that early outburst. He, along with Lebo Maloto, I thought have played their best in the last couple of games for the Hounds. They are really coming on.
Yeah, it's good to see that with Malobo finally getting on the board. I think it built his confidence. And like Gino was saying earlier, I think the confidence is starting to creep in now, and players are feeling good when they're going forward, defending, on free kicks, corner kicks. They feel comfortable that they can win them and get the possession of the ball again.
Yeah, we need a guy like Lebo to step up. He is, I think he has struggled a little bit at times, and as you said, Matt, hopefully that goal will get him going, and because we need a little bit more firepower, and we need a little more support for who's ever up front, whether it's Miro or Dantes. We need somebody underneath him that's going to provide some support and also be able to get off the ball, Paul. I think a little to stretch defense. We haven't seen. We'd like to see a little bit more of that, I think.
Yeah. And also, we need other people to score beside Vincent and Robert.
And Kevin Kerr.
Robert,
Yeah.
They have been shouldering the load for the Riverhounds, who average 2.11 goals per game. That's top 3 in the USL, a 24-team league. The City Islanders gave up 5 on opening night here, as trying to come off the sideline with it is Benbow, Cardell Benbow. Backheel flick pass to the former Riverhound Neil Schaefer, who crosses one. That's cleared out by Willie Hunt. But the Islanders lost their first 2 games and giving up 7 goals in the process, but they are 4-0-1 in USL action since then, and they're actually ahead of the Riverhounds by 1 point in the standings. The Hounds in USL are 3-3-3, 2-0 in US Open Cup, but that doesn't count on the table. And the Hounds, even though they have played 1 more game, they've played 9 to Harrisburg's 8 in league action. They trail the Islanders. So not only is the Keystone Derby Cup in the balance during this season series, this is another crucial contest for the Hounds, especially at home, to try to get that second consecutive win in league play. They haven't done that yet this season.
Yeah, and you can see Harrisburg are really kind of pressuring as much as they can, trying to keep the Hounds from getting any breakaways like this one.
Here's Kerr.
And you can see two players on him at the same time and really closing players down really quickly.
For the Riverhounds, up front is Chabrillo, as you see him there. Maloto, as he sends through to Kerr. Kerr having an opportunity near the byline, crossing one. Chabrillo backs out of the way. Vincent volleys it wide. Vincent in the midfield, as you just saw him there, holding midfielders Stephen Okai and Danny Earls, the captain, and the back line from left to right going across. Tyler Pasher, I should say, Anthony Arena, Willie Hunt, the only defender who's played all 9 games for the Hounds this season in USL, and Mike Green. On the right flank, Ryan Hewlings in between the sticks. This is his first USL start in his rookie season.
Yeah, we started to say with Ryan, it's a really interesting story. I mean, signed really as the third keeper. You had, a Jamaican international as clearly the number 1. You have a kid coming in from the University of Virginia in Cali, and Ryan's coming in to provide a little bit of insurance. And man, he's earned his salary here in the last couple weeks and has done a terrific job for the Riverhounds.
He's also an assistant coach for the University of Pittsburgh men's Division I soccer team. He played, though, at Gardner-Webb, Baldwin Wallace, I should say. And he's from Dayton, Ohio. Ryan Hewlings getting his introduction this week, really, to the Riverhounds. There's a shot just wide, and I think, yes, Hewlings got a hand on it. I want to say no. They're actually ruling a goal kick. I thought he did get a piece like you did, Gene.
Yeah, I thought he got a piece, but we'll take the goal.
This came out of nowhere as Pasher kind of stumbled, and I guess no change on that spin, so pushed wide with the left foot. The Harrisburg City Islanders, quickly, if we can get there, starting 11. Nick Noble, the veteran, in goal. He also started the season opener here, allowing 5. Neil Schaefer, the former Hound and former RMU player from Aliquippa, is on the back line. Ken Tribbett, Dante Leverock, Eric Cruz rounds out the defensive side of things. Jan Ekra, as here's Benbow again. Benbow turning, firing, and there's a good save.
That was a save.
That was a stop nose, definitely, and a quality one by Hewlings. So Benbow's up front with Danny DePrima, Jason Plumhoff, Enric Vallis, and Jose Barril joining Ekra in the midfield. Here's Benbow on the replay.
Yeah, you can't back off this guy. This guy's really quick and cuts inside, gets a shot off, got a good shot on goal, and Ryan did a really good job of getting his hands on that and pushing it round the post.
Michael Green gave just a little bit too much room.
Yeah.
Our first corner, and it goes to Harrisburg, loose in the 6-yard box, and Rob Vincent back responsible defensively to clear it. Up into the atmosphere it goes. Muggy night here at Highmark Stadium. Had some rain earlier in the day, and that really hasn't alleviated the rising humidity, as Maloto could not push it to Kerr, who was open on the right wing. Back come the Islanders, 4-0-1 in their last 5 in league. Losing control, and Hunt belts it up but not out. Jose Barril, long distance, but Hewlings routine on that save. He had 3 in the entire contest against Tampa Bay. He's got 2 already in the opening 8 minutes.
Yeah, that Maloto then, it was a shame because he was Kerr was wide open and he just took 1 too many touches and got caught and stole the ball away from him.
Mike Green up in the attack again. Green, who played up front a bit in U.S. Open Cup action, returns to his usual wing spot. Willie Hunt had to feel good for him on Wednesday, getting the victory against his old teammates and the Rowdies.
Yeah, really.
And it's in on Nick Noble. The City Islanders allowed 5 on opening night. They've allowed 5 total since then in their 7 games, ever since getting walloped on that frigid evening in late March here on the south side.
Well, you can never count the City Islanders out, Matt. I think you said, 4-0-1 the last few games. I mean, Harrisburg coaching staff, Bill Beecher, Steve Woodison, they do a fantastic job. And you knew right away that they would get this club going. And I know that they're struggling a little bit because I think that they were expecting a little bit more help from their relationship with the Philadelphia Unions, and they have. Yeah, they're still short of some players there, but Bill does a terrific job. And last year he had them in the final, and he will. They seem to always be there at the end, and we've had some great battles over the years with Harrisburg. But always superbly coached team, very well organized, disciplined, but yet they find a way to be creative and get the job done up front.
This is the 12th season for the Islanders franchise. Bill Beecher from Wheeling, West Virginia, 50 years old. He's never missed the playoffs with the Islanders. That says a lot. That's tough to do. And he's the only coach in franchise history. Mark Steffens is the man in charge for the Riverhounds. He's assisted by Nico Kotich and Josh Reif. This is Mark's first season in town. And it's the Riverhounds' best start of the Highmark Stadium era, which is in its 3rd season. Here's a volley chance, and just missing was Vallis, rifling it with that left foot and rolling it maybe about a foot outside, maybe a half foot of the left post.
I think we can take those all day, though, Matt. If they're that far out, I mean, I think Ryan's pretty quick, and he can, as long as he keeps his concentration, I don't think that's going to be a threat to us unless they get a real rocket shot. But we'll let them shoot those from 30 yards out anytime.
Hewlings puts his right foot into it. 10 minutes in, Matt Geica, Paul Child, Gene Klein with you on Riverhounds.com and the USL's YouTube channel. All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in high definition on YouTube. It's a quality service. You should check it out. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. That's youtube.com/USL. A foul, our first foul of this evening's game, and Jason Plumhoff a bit slow to get back into the action. Center referees John Douglas, Igor Resnick, and Justin Mazzeo are on the lines. And John Douglas having a face-to-face talk with Danny Earls. Earls and Arena tied for the team lead with 3 yellow cards apiece. And you know Earls is not bashful about getting in there physically. He gets an early talking to in this one. Benbow with some space fires a one-hopper, and boy, guys, the Islanders are having some success in that area of the field, finding room between the midfield and the back line.
It appears the Islanders are really in a 4-3-3 with Benbow and Plumhoff up top, and they demonstrate an enormous amount of mobility because Ekra is all over the field, Vallis is all over the field, Jose Burrell are all over the field. Those 3 are primarily in the center, but they're very mobile, and they will not hesitate to make some runs and get off the ball a little bit. So as we see the Prima chasing, he is up a little bit higher. So right now I think the Hounds are struggling with that a little bit, Paul. I mean, trying to figure out how they're going to pick that up. Benbow has done very, very well out here, out wide on the left side, and that mobility and that movement is creating a little confusion.
Yeah, it is, and we keep giving up the ball pretty quickly too, Gino. I think we, maybe want to try and calm it down a little bit, get some possession, knock the ball around, and get some confidence. And it seems to be very hard right now. You see, 5 blues again around one yellow player, and they're really making it difficult for us to get some combinations.
Maloto tried to find Chabrilo there, but it was broken up.
There's a nice little work from Burrell and Vallis, and then they find Benbow down quick, and they're into the attack very, very, very quickly.
Benbow 1v1 with Green, lays it off, and now back on the overlap, Neil Schaefer. Right-footed cross, balloons into the air, and it falls down harmlessly at the feet of Anthony Arena. Second-year Riverhound ends up playing it out into touch. Just a safe play there, and relieving the pressure for a moment, but a throw in Harrisburg. Harrisburg is out of the U.S. Open Cup, by the way. They fell 3-1 to Rochester, which has not lost a game this season. The Rhinos, who we saw earlier this year, stealing a 2-1 win at Highmark. Tops in USL Pro, or USL, I should say, and also moving on to the 4th round, much like the Riverhounds in U.S. Open Cup. Willie Hunt lifting it in Kerr's direction. Schaefer elevates to nod it away. And further on from Vallis to Benbow and up through to the midfield. Quick back heel by Burrell does not connect to Jan Ekra, the Ivory Coast native. plays for France internationally. Moloto tripped up.
Good
and
situation here, Matt, for
Yes.
us. You know, with hopefully get a shot on the target here and create some problems for Harrisburg. Obviously, a quick goal here would really help.
25 yards out. Here's Moloto's run. And Benbow getting in there. Tough to tell if he got ball, foot, or both. But Moloto's still wincing, so I'm guessing at least part of the back of his ankle.
It's good to see Moloto.
Quick restart, and no. Douglas will not allow it, the referee, and Vincent has a protest.
His referee seems to like to talk to these players a lot. They should have been able to take a quick free kick there, but
Yeah, I don't think did he not have his wall set. I mean, he wanted the wall back 10 yards, I think, maybe. But about to say earlier, drawing the foul with Moloto, it's good, Paul, to see Lebo like running at some people with speed.
yeah, going at them, yeah.
Going at them and trying to do something, because he's played it pretty slow so far, you know, and we need to see him do a little bit more and be a little more active.
The Hounds will leave it to Okai, and that's not his best effort.
I'm shocked I'm shocked the guy even took the kick. I thought it would have been Robbie Vincent or Danny Earls, and you know, they've been hitting the ball pretty well, and I thought they'd take a shot there, but obviously they had different thoughts.
I saw something on film or in the training ground or whatever, but you're right with the way Vincent hits him and the way Danny Earls can hit a free kick.
At least in home games, I believe that is Stephen Okai's first free kick in games played here. Memory fails a bit on some of the road contests, but that is a new one, and trying to mix it up apparently are the Hounds there. At any rate, here are the Islanders. Pasher with the intercept, but it comes free. And man in space is Vallis with the shot, and a lot on it. And once again, Hewling's equal to it. That's his fourth save already.
I was just about to say that has to be fourth or fifth, and they put some pressure on, and they again, this freedom and the mobility, and they are not hesitant to give it a go.
No. As I say, I think I feel comfortable with Ryan with those long shots, though, Gino. He seems to be pretty agile, and he can react to them pretty quick. But obviously, if they really catch one, it's going to be hard.
Moloto turning, firing, and there's the first test for Nick Noble after Okai won a ball, knocked it wide to Vincent, back to Moloto, and there's a quality build-up for the Hounds, and a good opportunity, much like early on when Chabrillo had the open header.
Oh, great ball from Benbow.
Benbow to DePrima, offside.
They're giving Benbow a lot of room, Gino.
Well,
I
as I
mean,
said, he's cutting in. Chilsey, don't you think he's playing left? He's coming out here. He's getting the ball, then right away he's cutting inside, and we're not picking him up as he cuts inside. Somebody has to step up on him a little bit.
Yeah, and I think
that has to be Okai or Hunt or one of those guys.
And Green is just talking to Kerr about that. You know, I'm just looking at him down on the field now, because I'm sure somebody's saying, hey, somebody's got to close this guy down. Don't give him all this freedom, because he's deadly when he's on the ball. He can go at you real quickly and cut inside and get a shot.
I don't think we want Kevin Kerr worried about tracking Benbow all the way
No,
back.
it should be Green.
So, I mean,
Tyler Pasher is down, by the way. Leanne Calger, athletic trainer, to tend to him. And he has been a dynamo for the Hounds. He assisted on Rob Vincent's game winner the other night against Tampa Bay, creating down that left side, and
no,
Riverhounds
he has really come on recently, and it will be a bad setback if he is not able to return.
He has his shoe off.
Going straight in the locker room.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, I just saw Josh Reif wave somebody on, so we're probably going to see a substitution.
Fujiro Okioma is available tonight. He is dressed and on the bench.
A couple guys they could use there, really. I mean,
yeah, there are options. And this is unfortunately not a new scenario for the Riverhounds, losing a defender in the middle of a game. They had Okioma go out and Willie Hunt take over in Charleston 3 weeks ago, and it's been a constant shuffle back there.
Well, you know, I think we snake bit him earlier because you asked me what was the key for the clean sheets, and we said they finally had some consistency in the back four. So we apologize to Mark Steffens and his coaching staff.
We'll never mention it again.
We have never asked that again.
Anthony Vergara is getting loose. The Pittsburgh native has played both on the back line and up front in recent weeks, getting more and more action. The rookie.
He came on last Wednesday, didn't he, and played up front?
Yeah, we had him up front in the Open Cup game.
And he is a defender, so, I mean, we thought he was a defender, but he did pretty well when he got on. But obviously he's going to come on and take that spot in the back four.
Yep.
The Marshall University product and native of Green Tree, Anthony Vergara, getting prepared on the sideline next to fourth official Corey Urachi. 19th minute, no score, but plenty of action. Reminds me of the early going against Tampa Bay. Both teams have had some opportunities. Harrisburg with a slight edge in play, I would say. Benbow proving elusive. Stepping in field. Baril to the far side, and now back Ekra has it.
Paul, really impressed with Harrisburg's speed of play. I mean, they're moving the ball very, very quickly, and their movement off the ball has been very, very good. And I think that's what we're struggling to pick up a little bit.
Yeah, and then
we can't get Vergara into the game here because they're just knocking it around, and there has not been any restart situation for him to.
And you saw that one there, Green just knocking it lying wide, and up front, and there's nobody up there. So obviously Harrisburg getting the possession again and going at us.
This is what the Riverhounds would like to do right now, is build up some of that confidence with the ball, but you have to get it first, and right now Harrisburg has been very stingy with it. This time they give it up, but a foul called by the assistant referee.
That'll be an opportunity for Anthony to get in the game.
So the Riverhounds, who were playing with 10 for a moment there, get Vergara on, so Pasher's out unfortunately, but Vergara gets an opportunity. He's only played 20 minutes in USL action so far this season. He's appeared in 4 league games. And a free kick being set up just about 30-35 yards out.
Yeah, good situation for Harrisburg. They've got some big guys up front, and there's a quick one taken.
Plumhoff, that was an attempted cross looking on the back door for Ken Tribbett, who stepped up, the defender from Centennial, Colorado, and former teammate of Riverhound Nick Kolaric on last year's Michigan Bucks team that won the PDL.
Yeah, but no communication there. I think he's taking a quick one, but the player he was passing it to didn't realize it, and couldn't get on the end, and it ran out of bounds. But
you have to have both ends connecting if you want that type of play to work out, and not so at the finishing end for Harrisburg. So we play on, and the Hounds get a quick throw, and it's Moloto to Kevin Kerr. Kerr crossing, blocked off by Neil Schaefer, and corner kick Pittsburgh there first. A corner kick for either side, and the Hounds, who got a goal 2 weeks ago off a corner directly with Anthony Arena polishing off Rob Vincent's cross, will try to connect for the first goal for the 4th straight game. There was a time when they were struggling with that, but not so much in the last 2 weeks. Moloto goes short. Michael Green bending it back post, and it's off the skull of Jose Baril, out for a throw.
Yeah, we can't keep wasting these opportunities. We're not getting too many opportunities, Gino. And the Riverhounds, with these crosses, they've got to make better use of them. Get them in a good area where players can at least get onto them. That was way over the back post.
Yeah, we were actually fortunate to get a throw in there, because that was, I think, a lack of communication there with the City Islanders, because that ball was going to go across the end line for a goal kick.
Long throw by Arena. That's fended off expertly by the Islanders, and it's Plumhoff touching it back. Good battle there by Danny Earls, but he cannot get the ball away from Baril. But the Hounds do eventually gain possession on a scrambly bit of play near the midfield circle, and Ryan Hewlings settles things down.
Harrisburg really out of quickly closing players down, pressing a little bit, and coming up together as a unit very, very well.
Yeah,
and we had no time on the ball. And that's why we had to go back to Ryan Hewlings.
Yeah, we kind of really haven't had that. We kind of like spread out. Either there's a giant gap in the middle, or we're all in the off defensive end.
Hunt kind of scuffed that one. He was seeking out Rob Vincent deeper, but ended up falling in the direction of Kevin Kerr. Tried to win it, could not. Harrisburg gets that 50-50 ball. And what a difference a couple of months makes, because this Harrisburg team looked disheveled throughout the opener in a 5-2 loss, as we told you about. And at this point in that game, they were already down 2. Here's a takeaway by Chabrillo. And Kerr laying it off to Moloto. Lebo Moloto dancing with the ball. Pass through, and miscommunication with Kerr. That gives it right up to the Islanders.
Yeah, you can see right there, Gino and Matt. Harrisburg had 6 players back behind the ball. Once Moloto takes a touch, or another touch, there's more players getting back really quickly and making it very hard to break them down.
Yes, the counterattack not quite quick enough to take advantage of that turnover. Through ball, Kerr couldn't catch up as Schaefer headed it off at the pass. And getting a touch, Eric Cruz, the Brazilian, on the far wing. Knocks it up the sideline.
But we saw Robbie Vincent looking for his favorite strike partner, Kevin Kerr, and again connected from opposite flanks, which they've done so many times during the course of the year.
Some tight defending there by Anthony Vergara, and unable to win the throw, but still holding up that Harrisburg attack just briefly. Vergara, 6 feet, looks a little taller than that, as out comes Hewlings, leaping into the air, absorbing that cross, and rolling it out to Okai. To Kevin Kerr, the Scotsman.
It's going to be a different look with Anthony Vergara out there. With Pasha, you have a guy with enormous speeds, and he can turn it on a heartbeat and really get up and down that flank and whip some balls in with that left peg. Anthony's not that kind of player, but he's going to be solid, and he'll put in a solid shift for us. And his job will be to basically stay organized defensively and make sure that they're dealing with those front runners.
Yeah.
Terrific work by Earls. Vincent pokes it by one man, running onto it, and could not get it around Barril, who really backtracked well. Jose Barril from Madrid, Spain. And just at 23 years of age, he has had a jump in his step in the early going 25 minutes in.
Yeah, he definitely had more pace than Robbie Vincent had, and really caught him up quick.
A flick by Chirilo finds no one in particular, so the Isles can belt it up and out. That was Ken Tribbett taking care of business. Vergara on the flank, filling that role, vacated by the injured Tyler Pasher. Did not connect with Vincent. Rob Vincent was the star of the evening on Wednesday. He made the front page of USsoccer.com, and that stoppage time strike, I think, really struck a nerve with many here in Pittsburgh. Really inspired a lot of imagination. People looking forward to that matchup with DC United, but also giving the Riverhounds some much-deserved attention on the national stage.
Yeah, it's really, it was nice to see, and Robbie, as I say, definitely deserved that goal and did really well to create it. There's a great opportunity.
Ball blocked off Tribbett's foot, but Green made a beautiful play to volley it to Kerr, and now perhaps the Hounds can put something together. 27th minute, Mike Green. He's played in all 10 games so far. Longish throw, Vergara. Oh, and Vincent went low, but the ball bounced over his head with Enric Vallis also in the vicinity.
I think he thought somebody was behind him there, and he let it go, but there was nobody there.
Knocked off the scoreboard by Anthony Arena. That's the second time a Hound has hit the big board. Hoping their paychecks aren't going to be docked for any kind of malfunction later on.
Well, it also won't be docked because they're not kicking into the river either. So that's they
that
probably
is a great point.
They probably were aiming for the board.
That is a good idea that I had not considered.
Saw a couple kayakers out there. They might be looking for an extra ball.
They do tend to fly away as Arena tries again to get his foot around it. He does this time. But here are the Isles again. Harrisburg with Schaefer and Benbow, Cardell Benbow. Drawing it back. Good pass there to the edge of the area for a turning shot that was blocked. DePrima couldn't get it through. Now across, open man, Ekra. Jan Ekra turning, fires and scores!
Well, he looked offside when he first got that ball, but obviously the linesman didn't think so. But it was a shame because Arena did.
I don't know. I'd like to see it again, Paul, but I thought he came from behind a little bit off the serve. But look, you got to hand it to the City Islanders. I mean, they have had some very good possessions, and they've had us back on our heels here and creating most of the chances, and a good finish. And Ekra, a veteran guy we've seen in the league for a number of years, and he's dangerous. I think here's the replay. Yeah, the guys are back when he played there. We didn't see the service in, but Ekra's done that before.
A turning drive and right in that bottom right corner. Look out, lead ball, Kerr, header over the top, and just missed to the left Nick Noble came running on, and he was out to dry because Kerr got the head to it first and just missed tying this one within a minute of Ekra's strike. And he'll probably tell you he should have knocked that one in because he had a good look at it.
Yeah, that's the toughest one in the world for the goalkeeper because it's kind of no man's land and you're kind of caught there, and the only thing he could do is make himself as big as possible. And Kevin tried to flick it over, but couldn't do it. But we almost answered again. How many times have we done that during the year? We've been right back with it.
We get a chance right after we got scored, and usually within the next minute or two, and get a chance again. But we were unlucky there. The defender did really well. He got his body in the way of Kerr. He couldn't get up behind that ball.
That was our boy Neil Schaefer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was trying to defend, and it's a warm night, and the players will tell you that the ball bounces a lot higher the warmer it is out there, and that may have gotten the better of Schaefer there too. Restart after the Harrisburg foul. Now we'll drag it back and do it again. But anyway, Jan Ekra, goal number 1 on the season, and that is the 11th different Harrisburg player to score a goal this year. They have 14 goals total, scored by 11 different players, and Ken Tribbett has the most.
That's some distribution. Seriously.
That's something you aspire to, I think, as a team.
No, they'd love that.
Well, and it's what we've seen so far from them as a team. Everybody is seeing a little bit of the ball. Everybody's involved. Terrific movement around the ball, and you cannot fault how they're playing, and you have to admire a little bit. You can see why there's a lot of people that are capable of scoring goals.
They've won 3 in a row in league play, outscoring their opponents 8-1. They have really come on, have the Islanders. And the Riverhounds have an hour as we reach the 31st minute to take control of this contest. Here's Vincent stepping, feeding Vergara. Some space at the flank, crossing, and Noble dived out, couldn't get it, but his defender Ken Tribbett did get a foot there.
Wow, great ball from Vergara coming across.
Yeah, he drilled it.
That was terrific.
A lot of speed here from Benbow. Launches one across. Jason Plumhoff catches up. Right edge of the area, his cross off Arena's foot, still in play for the moment, and out to Harrisburg. 1-0 Harrisburg City Islanders at the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, as the boys from the capital of the Keystone State are seeking a strike back after really being, they would probably say, embarrassed on opening night, allowing 5 goals. But still, with 3 matches left in the season series after that one, and a one-on-one battle there goes the way of the Riverhounds. Goal kick. I believe that was Vergara in that back corner.
Yeah, Vergara was shielding the ball and getting chopped at consistently by the Harrisburg player, but finally got chopped down and knocked the ball out of bounds. But they're not letting them out of this area. As you can see, they're closing them down.
No, they're doing a good job, and they're really squeezing the field too, Paul.
Yeah.
They're making it very difficult for us to swing it around, and they're trying to press us towards one end. The back four is well organized, and I think the Hounds are going to have to do a better job of circulating the ball and maybe pick up the speed of play a little bit.
Definitely pick up the speed of play, Gino. I think we're a step behind the Harrisburg team right now.
Yeah.
Vincent, the third-year Hound, hero from Wednesday night, finding Kerr. Beautiful play to keep it in. Kevin Kerr right foots it to Mike Green as the Hounds draw it back out. Okai up into the action. Kerr off the foot of Schaefer, gets the throw. It's a battle with Burrell and Mike Green, and Burrell expertly shielding off Green, winning the goal kick. Jose Burrell, one of those 11 players that has a goal this season. Ken Tribbett, the defender, has 3, so we've seen him up in the play, up in the attack. Definitely this evening you can see why. Krumhoff and Vallis are tied with 2 assists. They lead the club there.
He's a pretty tall guy. I'm sure it's from a lot of corner kicks or dead ball situations he scored his goal.
Meanwhile, for the Hounds in league play, it's 6 for Vincent, 4 for Kerr, and 2 for Chibrillo, and then a whole bunch of other guys with 1. Arena, Talute, Pasher, who's out, Danny Earls, Okioma and Vinny Dantas. Dantas, the Brazilian forward, he's healthy along with Okioma. He is available as one of the 6 substitutes on Mark Steffens' bench tonight as Pittsburgh readies for a goal kick. It's good to see for Dantas, who has missed some opportunities this season, and he's been visibly frustrated, but he also has the 3rd most shots on the team with 11, and a goal and 2 helpers to his name.
Well, I think Mark Steffens has looked at Dantas, he's looked at Jabrio, and right now Miro seems to be...
Good win by Kevin Kerr. Serpentine through the box, off the post. What a shot, what a move. And he just misses, tying it up, and the Riverhounds commit a foul in the Harrisburg penalty area.
Boy, that was a great
run by Kevin Kerr.
Yeah, he was off and wheeling and dealing, as you're going to see right here, beating 2 or 3 players, and then got a shot off really quickly and
yeah, he
hit
had
the post.
leaning the wrong way and everything.
Did the same thing on Wednesday night against the Rowdies too.
Dead on the post, so
he did hit the post against the
right. The Woodwork has a 2-0 advantage on Kevin Kerr this week. That was Amiro Chabrillo set up on Wednesday late in the first half. Actually very similar to the time elapsed in this game. Moloto, speaking of great moves, he cuts against the grain and loses control, rolls in on Nick Noble.
Boy, he just wants to take that extra touch when it should have been probably hit across with his left foot. There's 2 guys in the middle there, Matt, and when you've got 3 blues around you, you're not going to, unless you're really lucky, you're going to beat all 3 of them. So when you get a split second where you got an opening, you got to ping that ball across to create a chance.
And he already beat one with a sensational move on the outside. Maybe got a little bit too ambitious on the dribble, but back comes Kerr. He and Moloto teaming up. The Hounds seemingly warming to the task, but a turnover. And it's Baril, Vallis, the middle, DePrima. Danny DePrima, now Neil Schaefer running on. Shank that one, and Rob Vincent will gladly take it.
Goes Robbie.
That's a nice ball.
He knocks it across. Chabrillo leaping in the air to volley it, but his cross was too low for Vincent. And back it comes to the midfield stripe. Willie Hunt getting a foot to it. Bounds free. Moloto got a bump on Ekra, but play continues on. Enric Vallis. Ekra, the veteran of nearly 80 USL games, gets collapsed upon there by the Riverhounds. Earls and Arena, who stepped up. Through ball, though, and watch out, it's DePrima. DePrima with an opportunity against Hewlings, and he scores. Danny DePrima, that play was bound up in the midfield, and all of a sudden, DePrima was sprung in, and what an expert finish by him. He was at a sharp angle and put it right into the roof of the net. 2-0 Harrisburg.
He's been very busy. He makes an early run, and that's what he did that time, and he went right by Stephen Akai. I think was Vallis on that ball.
Somebody messed up there,
it was a
too,
terrific
as well.
ball. Yeah, and I think Akai was looking for somebody behind him, and he was caught 1v1, as you see.
You can't, yeah, you couldn't step
Arena
up.
was up ahead. Willie Hunt's from the other side. He can't get there. But, I don't know if Stephen Akai thought that Anthony Arena was behind him, or Anthony Arena steps way up high, Paul, as you can see. And Akai was 1v1, and DePrima's, again, very, very quick off the mark, makes that early run, and he's looking for it right away. And his work rate has been terrific, and it paid off that time.
Yeah, Akai, I think he really made a bad decision there to go and just try and win that ball, Gino, and he didn't look what was going on behind him.
He did not. He did not know that
nobody was there.
Where DePrima was, and
Arena was already upfield too on that side.
Yes, Arena was upside. And I don't know if he, as I said, I don't know if he was expecting some cover behind him, and it wasn't there.
At any rate, Kerr hits the post, and now a giveaway, and it's 3-0. Baril puts it in, handed to him on a platter was that opportunity, and the Hounds have come apart a bit late in this first half after Kerr hit the post, nearly tying it at 1. 2 quick goals by the Islanders, and this team that has been so hot lately has a 3-goal advantage in Pittsburgh.
Well, it's payback time, isn't it, from the first game, if you think about it. This team came in here, and you knew it was not going to be the same team that was here for the first game.
This looks very similar to the one that happened to Anthony Arena
against Richmond.
Yeah.
And
we don't want to make that a habit.
More alert with that, but look, Harrisburg has been very, very active, and they've had the bulk of the chances. Our chances of we had a few down here recently. Thought it was starting to come back a little bit the Riverhound way, and then boom, these two quick strikes, and now you're down 3, and now the Riverhounds got to chase the game.
Oh yeah, exactly. They're going to be chasing it a lot.
Well, if there's one consolation, there's still 55 minutes or so left in this one, but a lot to do for the home team tonight. And Harrisburg has come out guns a-blazing. Ekra, DePrima, and now Baril, all the usual suspects for them. And Gene, you talked about them not really having a full roster a lot of nights, and these are not your lone players from the Philadelphia Union, their MLS affiliate, that are scoring. These are the veteran guys.
These are veteran guys that have been in the league for a number of years and been with the City of Islanders for a number of years. We've seen Ekra, we've seen Jose Baril, Denny DePrima, those guys. Benbow's been with the team, I believe. I mean, so you look at their backs. They're veteran guys. Neil Schaefer, of course, Western PA product, Beaver High School, Robert Morris. This is a group that obviously they have some cohesion, even though they're not very deep right now. But the team on the field, they know what to do. They know that they're looking for each other, and the results have been very, very positive for them the last couple of weeks.
Water break for both sides, with DePrima recovering from a challenge all the way over on the far side. I didn't see it happen, but that gave the Hounds an opportunity, and also the Islanders to catch their breath on a muggy evening. Sun has come out on the south side, and the Islanders must really be feeling the warmth right now, because they are rolling up 3, and an impressive looking team tonight for sure. The Hounds handed that last one to them, but at the same time, they've had the lion's share of possession, and they've had more chances.
And there goes the Prima right there again, stretching them again, forcing Anthony Arena to track him. And he, like I said, he is off right away, Paul. I mean, he's making it very difficult. And what he's also doing, I think, is creating a lot of space underneath for guys like Benbow, Plumoff, and then the midfielders coming through, as we've seen Ekra and Baril both get goals.
So the goal for the Hounds is to get one before the half. One would imagine that would make that halftime talk a little bit more manageable.
How tough
I think
is that one of Kevin Kerr off the post? Because that cuts to 2-1, and now it's 3-0.
And the Islanders not satisfied. Vallis crossing, Hewlings, 2-fisted punch-outs. Right to Jan Ekra, though, and the visitors regroup.
I think the big thing as well, though, Matt and Gino, is that we don't want to get another goal scored against us either. So, we can't go too crazy here and go forward. There's another 4 minutes left in this half. Kind of like regroup. And we've got another 45 minutes, can change things around really quickly.
No, absolutely. I'm sure Mark Steffens and Josh Reif want to get in the locker room and put some stuff up in the
long ball. Vincent,
whiteboard.
Does he have a chance? He spins it right across the face of goal and out for a throw. But the Hounds are getting looks. It's not as if Harrisburg is completely shutting them down, a la what we saw with Rochester earlier this season here. But at the same time, a 3-goal deficit is a 3-goal deficit.
No,
so
it's a shame. Right before we conceded those 2 goals, we seem to have our best stretch there and create some chances. And then boom, a couple breakdowns. And
that's what this game's about.
And Harrisburg has punished us.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Mark Steffens said in his letter to the fans in today's game program that the games are decided on a razor's edge. There are just a couple of plays here and there that can give you the victory, as we saw last week in Richmond or against Tampa Bay for the Riverhounds on the positive side, and a couple breakdowns here tonight, and all of a sudden they're staring up at a team that has created some separation in this game. Mike Green, long distance drive, that's off the mark.
Yeah, that was a good way out. He had to catch that pretty perfect to make the goal. Mobile, test the keeper. The
Riverhounds did score 2 long-distance goals against Nick Noble in that opening night win. Vincent and Kerr each got strikes to go into the back of the net from outside the 18-yard box.
Yep.
But Noble, veteran keeper, formerly with the Chicago Fire, 4th season in Harrisburg. And we've seen quite a bit of him in the Riverhounds' various clashes with this club over the years in USL.
Kai, too much.
Okai spinning and taking a spill. And Vallis faking to Benbow, who had an early chance, and that one was partially blocked. Bounces right in on Hewlings, rolling it out. Well, Hewlings, who had a clean sheet in each of his first 2 games this season, both in U.S. Open Cup. Has conceded 3, and really through no fault of his own, he's been hung out to dry a couple of times. And here's Rob Vincent, 44th minute, as the Steel Army chanting and trying to get that energy up for one last opportunity, perhaps, or a couple for the Hounds.
Like to get one shot off before the end of the half, if possible.
Vincent,
Offside.
nice gather, but he was offside ahead of the play. This game tonight, a stretch of 3 in a row for the Riverhounds at home. They'll also be back next week on June the 6th. Matinee game against St. Louis FC, the expansion team that the Hounds drew 1-1 back in early April out in Missouri. They'll be coming in, and of course counting the U.S. Open Cup game as well from this past week. And at home, the Riverhounds are 2-1-2, so they have been at their best in front of their home fans at Highmark, but not tonight so far. Trying to climb out of that.
Yeah, we really got to pick the pace up a bit, Gino. It seems like we are really taking a lot of time on the ball, giving them a chance to, nip it away from us. And as you can see, they close down pretty quickly right here and making us go backwards every time.
Every time, yeah. I was thinking, I hate to bring this up to you, but we're playing almost as slow as Aston Villa did today.
Yeah, it looks like Aston Villa playing.
That's a low blow.
You know, just sort of standing on the ball. And we got to get them moving and get them chasing it a little bit, and I think that's probably going to be one of the talks that the coaching staff is going to have. Let's get this thing moving and try to unbalance them a little bit and get some movement off the ball.
Yep.
Right now we're a little bit stagnant.
Yeah, it's like simple, just straight down the middle, hoping we're going to get a flick on here, as you can see.
Earl skies it for Chabrillo, but
5 blues around him.
yes, getting in the way, Ken Shribbett. Didn't even have to leap with his height at 6'2", and 3 minutes of stoppage time, by the way, have been added on. We're about 1 minute into it. Chabrillo chests it in the direction of Kerr, but a little bit away from him. That's the story of the first half on some of these attacking third connections. Just a little bit off, and in the case that it did all come to pass, Kevin Kerr hitting the post on an opportunity. Earls to Rob Vincent.
And here's Kerr. He's looking, and Robbie finds him.
Oh, and he can't handle it. That's an unforced error, and it gives the ball right back over to Harrisburg.
A little bit of lack of concentration there. He was already thinking of where he was going with it before he got control of it.
Yeah, he was open, and Robbie found him right away. I mean, Neil Schaefer, their left back, was really tucked in.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of space there for Kerr.
Ball gets through. Moloto's going to have some speed to catch up to it. Swings it across, but too sharp of an angle. And really, with Chabrillo on the back door, there wasn't an opportunity to get that through Nick Noble.
Yeah, he had, a little bit better ball, maybe a harder run by Miro, but that would have helped a lot to go in, at least to cut that deficit to 2.
Sure.
There can't be much time left in this opening 45, and a giveaway by Okai on the firm feed from Earls. Harrisburg maybe downshifting into protection mode in the final moments of this opening half. Schaefer, one last try. Willie Hunt flags it down nicely. Earls running through, almost collided with Jan Ekra, the first goal scorer this evening.
Another good ball there, right there.
Cardell Benbow, and a lovely gather of that ball as well. Rolling out toward the touchline. Held in briefly, but no, actually ruled by the assistant referee on the near side that it had gone out.
No free kick there. I'm surprised the player went
Shribbett climbing
right up
Chabrillo's
his
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Miro's a good boy, a big guy, and Tribute went flying over him.
Vincent seeking a forced turnover, but he couldn't get it away from Ekra. And Nick Noble stepping away from Lebo Moloto, serves it in the direction of the center stripe, and there's the whistle to end the first half. Well, it was close to being a 1-1 score, and then just like that, it was 3-0. Ekra, DePrima, and Jose Barril scoring in that order in the first half. to make it a 3-goal advantage. The Hounds beat Harrisburg by 3 on opening night, and Harrisburg seeking to return that favor this evening. From what we saw in that first half, gentlemen, what can be built upon if you're Pittsburgh and if you're Coach Mark Steffens?
Well, I think obviously Mark's going to get them in there, and I think we've definitely got to pick up the pace a little bit. We've got to be quicker to the ball and making it sharper movements. We seem to be one step behind Harrisburg, and they are doing really well, Gino. I mean, they're closing us down and making it very difficult to get out of the back, and it's always a long ball, hoping that we're going to get something from it, and it's just wishful thinking, really.
Yeah, we've tried to play into Miro Chabrillo a lot, and when he's been able to hold on and find some players and bring some guys into the game, there has been some success, I think, when we've been able to have some players run through. But we have to do that a little bit faster, a little bit quicker, and we got to see some guys running off the ball a little bit more. We see what Harrisburg is doing with their midfield, and their strikers has been pretty successful.
Yeah, it just seems that we've just got, it's a straight ball down the middle, and it's very easy for the defenders to just win that from Perillo, and he needs some help up there. So, yeah, like you say, some overlapping runs and some crossovers, and maybe some people support him a little bit better as well.
Let's look at those highlights, by the way, from the first half while we're discussing things. And a quick start for the Hounds, yes.
I mean, that would have been nice.
Kevin Kerr's header, or that was Chabrillo's header, pardon me. We're getting to that rebound.
And here's another one to the back post, and
we had two players.
It's the volley with that one.
Here's a giveaway, and that was a sign of things to come for the Riverhounds. Things got a little bit sloppy in the back. Benbow's opportunity, that was a terrific save by Hewlings on a short hop.
And all these things we're saying a lot, they're going to have to find a way, or they have to get organized a little bit better with that 3 up top, Paul, and find out how they're going to deal with that, and making sure they're alert to where those guys are.
Are they passing players on, or are they going to stay with the runner?
Stepping up with those players. They're letting guys go across, but they're still staying back, and they need to step up with those guys a little bit to put some pressure on.
Sure.
Melozzo that had that chance, but here's the serve in for Jan Ekra.
Boy, that was tough goal, went right between the legs, and maybe got a flick on as well. And this was a great chance. And
another good chance, yeah.
Kevin Kerr had at least a couple where he could have dented the scoreboard. Here's his best opportunity, though, and what a breathtaking run that was to carry it all the way through 3 Harrisburg defenders, but square off that post and right back out into play, but the Hounds couldn't jump on that rebound. Here's the through ball to DePrima, and a clinical finish upstairs.
He does very well. Puts that.
Never a thought to pass that off, and the giveaway, and this put the capper on it. What was a very frustrating opening 45 minutes. So we've got the youth on the field. We'll bring it back in about 10 minutes or so for the start of the second half. We'll discuss what Mark Steffens can try to orchestrate and what the other players can do to turn this one around. Matt Geica with Paul Child and Gene Klein with you on Riverhounds.com and YouTube. We'll return after this.
minute remaining in the match. Again, the Riverhounds would like to thank Fast Soccer for tonight's mini matchup. Thank you.
So the Riverhounds have shown a dedicated effort to the goalkeeper training in the Pittsburgh and the surrounding areas by hiring a full-time staff member. Specifically, we are looking to complement what currently clubs and schools offer their goalkeepers. So we want them, clubs and the schools, to benefit from this offering that we are offering for the goalkeeper from a training perspective. The individual is going to benefit because they're going to be working with our professional goalkeepers on an individual basis in small group training. Our student-teacher ratio is going to be low to allow our goalkeepers the opportunity to learn from, let's say, Ryan Thompson, Jamaican national team goalie, UEFA Champions League experience, to work with them in a close, tight setting to learn from their technical abilities. They will be given the opportunity to work hand in hand with the professional staff. The benefits to the club and to the potential school is that they're going to be receiving a better goalkeeper back at the end of this training. We are going to be able to offer them supplemental training to what they already offer the goalkeeper, and they're going to come back a much better goalkeeper than when they originally came into the program. So what we'll be offering will be a 7-week goalkeeper training sessions that will be held on Wednesday nights here at Highmark Stadium. And the age groups we're going to be offering this to are from the 9-10-year-old brackets right up until seniors in high school.
When you hear it, you know the Steve Miller Band. June 14th, Highmark Stadium, on the shore at Station Square with Don Felder, formerly of the Eagles. On sale Monday, April 20th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster. Visit SteveMillerBand.com.
How about we cut some fat from the system? How about we lose the hot air and secondhand smoke? Let's give everyone a great choice of doctors and remember we're our own primary care providers. Let's build better plans and pick up some better habits along the way. It's time to be the change we want to see in healthcare and the change we want to see in ourselves. Let's do it all for health. Highmark, Blue Cross, Blue Shield.
Riverhounds fans, if you lost a cell phone, please report to the police officer by the locker rooms. If you lost a cell phone, please report to the police officer by the locker rooms.
Back at Highmark Stadium as the Riverhounds have a mountain to climb in the second 45 minutes, trailing their in-state rival Harrisburg City Islanders by the count of 3-0. I'm Matt Geico with Gene Klein and Paul Child, bringing you the action this evening on youtube.com/USL as well as riverhounds.com. And these games can turn in just an instant, gentlemen, and we saw that in the first half after Jan Ekra put the Islanders up 1-0 in the 28th minute with a turning drive. Kevin Kerr rings one off the post, and then after that, DePrima and Baril scoring within a minute of each other to raise that lead to 3-0, and that's where we stand right now.
Yeah, Matt, it was kind of a super quick change around and two silly mistakes by two of our players. You know, one stepping in front of the player and not knowing there was somebody behind him, got a one-on-one with the keeper, and then the second one was a one-on-one with a mistake by Arena and somebody jumping on that one. So we've got to eliminate those mistakes for sure, and hopefully get a quick counter here and get a goal back really soon in this second half.
Yeah, I mean that's really the key, don't you think, Paul? I mean they just have to focus on getting a goal.
Yep.
And if we can get a goal and make it 3-1, then it's a game. But they have to certainly. Harrisburg is not going to make it that easy for us, but I think that we have the guys capable. Kevin Kerr, Robbie Vincent, who've been on fire all year. Miro Chabrio can certainly put one in the back of the net, and we have to somehow cut this deficit early.
Yeah.
This is the third time this season the Hounds have allowed 3 goals. They've only trailed by 3 once. That was down in Charleston at the Battery in an eventual 3-1 defeat on May the 9th. Here at home, it's really been close games the whole way, so it's kind of a strange, eerie feeling right now with the Hounds within, well, not within striking distance at the moment, but efforting to get there here early in the second half. One substitution to get your way. Amara Suma, wearing number 2, has replaced Stephen Okai on the Riverhounds 11 on the field.
And Okai being one of those guys that, made a couple of mistakes early on in the game and made that one mistake where he jumped in front of the player and left him alone one-on-one with the keeper. So maybe that's the reason he's out right now.
Well, in fact, we're down 3 goals. I think Suma's going to be more of an attacking player. They're going to, looks like they're going to put him out in the right flank, Paul, and put Robbie Vincent into the center mid, and pull him a little bit and get him around the ball a little bit more, and maybe have him go forward a little bit more. Also, we'll see. Right now, Libo Maloto's out here in the left, so I don't know if that is just how it's worked out here for the first couple minutes, and if Kevin Kerr will come back out here, but we'll see as we see Kerr getting on the right side.
Shabrilo knocked it down. Kerr has it. Crossing at the front of the 18-yard box. Maloto to Vincent, right back to Maloto. And out wide, Anthony Vergara, the defender, all the way at the byline. To Maloto, back across, deflected in!
Exactly what we needed.
Rob Vincent, it's an onside play, and the Riverhounds have their first goal. That's a good bingo, Rob Vincent. There he is again, 7th goal in 10 league matches and 9th overall this season, off the assist from Maloto.
Well, we needed that when we were talking about it. It's in the first 3 minutes of the game, Gino, and we said if we could do that, it would really make a difference and hopefully really liven the boys up.
Maloto, great ball, great run. Robbie Vincent getting right behind. Who was that?
Was that Benbow? I'm not quite certain.
No, Leverock.
Couldn't have been. Yeah, too deep for...
Dante Leverock from number 63.
He was a step slow, and
he didn't
Vincent
see him
from Liverpool's got it
inside and got it, and Maloto picked him out very, very well. But some good movement from the Hounds that time, and as we see the ball knocked around a little bit more, picked their speed of play up, and I think what the coaching staff told like Vincent and Kerr, hey, we need you guys moving and getting off the ball a little bit, and we saw Kevin on the right side and Robbie Vincent made that run from the central midfield, as we had talked about. We just mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of seconds ago. Yeah. But, looking good right now. I mean, we got to keep. We needed a goal very early on. We still got plenty of time left, and we got to create some more chances.
Well, you can't ask for a better start than that. I mean, that's exactly. You're down 3. You want to make sure that you get an early goal. You get an early goal. Now Harrisburg has to be thinking, okay, what's happening here?
Yeah.
And so we'll see how they respond. You know, if their play is going to be similar to what it was in the first half, and if they can sustain that type of play and that speed of play that they had the first half, Paul.
Yep.
The dream season continues for the Liverpool, England native Rob Vincent, former University of Charleston star, and he has already surpassed his total goals in the first 2 years with the Riverhounds this season. In fact, he's done it by quite a large margin. He's already doubled that and then some with his 9 goals counting U.S. Open Cup. And a terrific run from the center midfield. The Hounds shifting into attack mode, but here's a free kick opportunity for Jason Plumhoff of Harrisburg.
Yeah, they got some. The big guys are up there looking for this driven ball across. Oh, well blocked.
Plumhoff. Suma got in the way of it, but Hewley's couldn't chase over in time to keep it in play, so corner kick. We just had 1 corner apiece in the first half of play.
That's hard to believe, really.
Yeah, really.
Rarely you get that. Actually, the wall did very well there. I've got to give him credit because you don't usually get a block.
Plumhoff trying again. Oh my, that was on target. And Ken Tribbett, I think he got the last head on it. He had the 3 goals to lead this team.
I think it was 63. It was
Leverock again.
Leverock again.
Yeah,
Leverock has a goal too this year, the native of Bermuda.
Well, you mentioned this dream season from Robbie Vincent. I mean, it really has been exactly that. He's been phenomenal. It just seemed like every time he's around the ball in the box, you can feel a goal coming.
Oh, yeah.
Broken up by Maloto. Kerr out wide to Chabrillo. 1v1.
Oh, that's
cuts it
cool.
back. Good
Yes.
ball. Quick on him.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
in.
what a great goal.
Amora Suma gets it done in a substitution
Boy, oh,
role.
boy.
And you can salute your solution. Suma, the native of Guinea, takes the bow. 3-2.
Wow, what a comeback! I mean,
terrific.
now it really changes the game.
Completely.
And, I mean, Harrisburg have got to be going
a similar goal too, like a little chip behind their back 4 and making a sharp diagonal run. As we see
Yeah,
Suma coming
look at
from that
that.
right flank, gets inside of Neil Schaefer and catches Nick Noble off his line with a looping header.
Yeah, Nick Noble's not the quickest guy on his feet, as you can see here when he's trying to go backwards.
could not get back.
He just couldn't get back in time. But boy, Gino, what a perfect start to the second half. I mean, you couldn't want for a better.
Oh my goodness, no.
Oh boy, 2 goals in the opening 7 minutes of the second half. And dream season for Vincent, a dream start to this second period of play, and the Riverhounds are right in it. They have erased 2, and now they have 1 more to go.
And they've still got to be pretty strong in defense because Harrisburg are not going to ease up that much. And we just got to be tough and strong right now, Gino, for the next 4 or 5 minutes and maybe get another opportunity again and tie this game up.
But, right away, I mean, the thing you always see with when you give up an early goal like that, I don't care if it's 3-1, 2-1, whatever, there's a drop in confidence,
Yes, definitely.
And
We're seeing it,
Harrisburg,
Mike Green
certainly
outside of the net.
lost a little. We're a little complacent in the back. We're not tracking guys the way they had been earlier in the first half, and again, both of them coming off of runs, which we talked about in the first half. That we didn't see that in the first half, and both of them coming off runs to get behind their defenders. So
and you can see the Hounds have got a quicker step too. We're like 1 step up, like we were from the first half, and it's really made a difference.
Well, I asked you folks at halftime what the biggest comeback in Riverhounds history was, and we really don't know, but 3 would be a heck of an effort.
no, that would be that would rank up there, no matter what the researchers could find. And we'll get our research staff on.
Yes, we will. They are working feverishly. But even if you can salvage a point out of trailing 3-0 at the half, that is quite the accomplishment. Of course, still quite a bit to go in this match this evening, and the Islanders maybe just seeking to slow it down a tad bit and
Yes, I'm sure
get their
they
bearings.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to catch your breath a little bit
And regroup.
say, okay, exactly, and just regroup it and say, all right, let's start churning it out here a little bit, because they have sort of took their feet off the gas a little bit.
Well, that always happens too, Gino. You go in the locker room 3-0 up, you get a little bit too confident, and you know, you come out thinking, oh, it's going to be the same, we'll get another goal, and all of a sudden, like we said, you know, if you can get one really early on, boy, the confidence just drops all of a sudden.
And I'm sure Bill Beecher was telling the City Islanders at halftime, all right, whatever we do, don't give up an early goal. You know.
But here's an opportunity for DePrima. Can't send it through. Willie Hunt closing.
Because you're up 3-0. You just want to extend the game as much as you
Exactly.
Shots in the first half. I meant to get to this initially, but we had all the excitement. 12-9 in favor of Harrisburg. So the Riverhounds did have their share, and they've continued in that vein here early in the second half.
Yeah, and Harrisburg really not gelling like they were first half, obviously, and there's a tough ball. Will he catch it? Yeah, kept it in.
He did keep it in, and however, Green coming back to get it. Good fight there, and it's in front, and it's into the net for a 4-2 game. Jason Plumhoff, Mike Green was beaten off the spot, and the Islanders are back up by 2. What a setup, what work.
Well, hopefully you see this again. This is again another mistake. You don't take a chance. You just clear the ball out or kick it out of bounds. Don't worry. But you got to be tougher on the ball, Gene Hunter.
No, he was just. You know, it was a 1v1 battle, and we missed that. But it's a 1v1 battle, and you know, finds Plumhoff around. And
that was Enric Vallis, I believe. Couldn't identify the player who stepped away from Green at the corner, and well, you said it, Paul. Trying to do a little too much in that corner.
Yeah,
ended up costing the Riverhounds.
Yeah,
and it's 4-2.
I think he was just trying to spin away from him. Paul was just and maybe get the ball upfield and. Maybe a little slip, whatever, but it's too dangerous down there. You know, we're up 3-2. We want to make sure that we're playing safe and not giving them anything.
I think we just talked about that, trying to keep it safe and don't give anything up. But it's what it is, and here we go again. And
offside.
Yes, offside is Amara Suma, who is suddenly seeing a lot of the ball. This is just Suma's third game. Joined the team mid-season. Native of Guinea. Amara Suma lives in Denver, Colorado, and a former standout at Cal State Fullerton. The 24-year-old Amara Suma. 6'1", 165. That's pretty thin. But Mark Steffens, when they picked him up, the Riverhounds did. He mentioned that for a wiry guy, very strong on the ball.
Yeah. I believe, I think he might have been a Colorado Rush player, which is one of the top youth teams out in that.
I believe you're right.
I think he was, yeah. I think we talked about him last time he came on the field, actually. And
we'll see Drew Russell come on.
Drew Russell.
Or Mike Green.
Yes, and so Green replaced after that difficult mistake in the corner, was beaten right down the byline, actually, and ended up costing the Riverhounds a goal. So in comes Drew Russell, who played for Mark Steffens last year with the Charlotte Eagles. And Drew Russell, this is his 5th appearance.
Yeah, that's,
I know Mike Green feels terrible about that one. It's uncharacteristic of Green. He's always been a real safe, solid, stable defender back there. But you know, that stuff happens, and see if the Hounds can pick it up again, because that took the wind out of our sails. We talked about some huge momentum shifts early in this first half.
Yeah, it's just going back and forth, and it was just such a poor one to give up again. And we give 3 really bad goals up, actually. They haven't really had to work too hard to get chances like that.
I think with a 3-0 score at the half, we were just hoping for some excitement in the final 45 minutes. Well, we have plenty of that.
Yep.
2 goals for the Hounds and 1 right back for the Islanders. So the Riverhounds scored at the 48th minute, the 52nd minute. Here's a turnover as Earls overstepped it, but he gets it right back. Vergara, slick footwork to take it away from Jason Plumhoff, who scored the most recent Harrisburg goal, but a turnover right back by the Hounds, and Plumhoff drops it on back.
Not a very good layoff from Mira there.
For Cruz. That was Cruz, actually, who set up that goal. I apologize. It was not Enric Vallis. It was Cruz, 21, not 11. We haven't really seen him on the ball much today, but he was certainly there in that chance to take advantage.
Yeah, kind of like the wind's gone out of both sails at the moment, and that's a poor throw in there, right to the Riverhounds, and we give it them back again. It's kind of giving it up to each other at the moment, and hopefully we can get it back into the rhythm and keep possession a little while.
In the past 3 games, as Drew Russell gets his introduction to the game, chasing it down, well, I thought he had won the goal kick, but instead it's a corner. But the Riverhounds had allowed only 1 goal in their past 3, counting U.S. Open Cup. And now they've conceded 4, and that is their high mark against on the season. They had given up 3 2 previous times. So a step back defensively in this one, but still an opportunity to make it a close game. In swinging corner kick, and the header over the crossbar. There's Cruz once again.
Yeah, we were a little bit fortunate there. He was falling backwards because he's a pretty tall guy, and he could have got over the top of that ball, and it would have been a dangerous situation again, and probably a goal.
That was Plumhoff's 2nd goal of the year. By the way, he was an all-league player in the PDL last season.
Yeah, that front 3 has done very well for City Islanders. I think the coaching staff would be pretty pleased with how they played with them, both Prima and Plumhoff.
Looks like we're going to have a substitution, and Dante's coming on. I wonder who's coming on for. I would have thought he would have left Miro with Dante up front to add some more power.
And Sumo's up in that area too right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pushed Sumo up pretty high.
Might be Miro is bringing out. I don't know yet, but
I do think it's interesting that Lebo Moloto has really stayed mostly out wide here on the left. I know he can play out there. We haven't just seen a lot of him out there.
He's not getting much of the ball though either, Junior. No, here's one now.
Here it is from Suma to Lebo Moloto, the South African. Good cutback. What a move. He's into the middle, flicking it. Suma again. Can he get there? No. He's overtaken by Leverock, who blasted upfield.
Boy.
Yeah, I mean, that very similar ball. Moloto cutting in and then chipping that little ball behind him.
Moloto loves that chip play. We've seen him employ that multiple times, and maybe he's on the outside because he feels comfortable cutting to the middle of the field.
I think they want to, with
as it's Ekra, an opportunity here. Plumhoff catches up to it before the end line. First cross was blocked by Russell. Tries it again, and Ekra had it taken off his foot by Danny Earls.
Well, the move certainly made sense to get Lebo out there to run at some players and to cut it in, and that also, we substituted and Suma out also to give some mobility, and then you have Robbie Vincent in the middle, who's a little bit quicker and faster and can get in the attack third a little bit better maybe than Stephen Okai.
Miro is coming out, yeah.
So as Miro, looks like Miro is coming out.
Yeah.
Miro Chabrillo is done after 63 minutes. Vinny Dantas sees his first action in a couple of weeks. He's been rehabbing a groin pull.
Well, this will be a good opportunity for Vinny Dantas. He's had a few struggles. Obviously, always a tough transition coming from the indoor league, but it's about now he's at that time.
No, it's a perfect time, and if
he needs to come in and
show what he can do, yeah,
and exactly,
and hopefully can get on the board.
Yep.
Vincent volleys it wide to Lebo Moloto, and Rob Vincent again.
There's the ball.
Long ball to Kerr. We've seen that diagonal before. Kerr hesitating, dancing off to Suma, who overlapped behind him, wins the throw.
I think it was Russell Suma in the middle.
Oh, pardon me. That is, yes, Drew Russell, correct. That back corner is always tricky at times, especially this time of night when the sun goes down. At any rate, it's Kerr twisting away from pressure. Serves it. Moloto's open in the corner. Cuts it back slightly, bends it across, and headed away. And Leverock got the first foot on it. That was Cruz pushing it up out over the touchline, but off a Riverhound.
Yeah, it came up Robbie Vincent. He couldn't block it, and no throw-in.
Ball at his feet, Danny DePrima has it stripped by Moloto. Good fight here, just inside the line. DePrima spinning around on top of the ball, but eventually losing it. And the Hounds pressing. They have 25 minutes to get to and also not concede anymore.
Yeah, that's a big factor. We just got to try and get on the board here with one would be great, because you can see how the momentum shifts once the goal's scored, and confidence.
The way this second half is gone, you got to think there's still some more goals left out there. So.
It has been a wild one. Collecting it, Kerr stepping in tight quarters, poked it away from the keeper, shot it, and it's blocked. Cruz got in front of it, making some plays as Eric Cruz in the second half, and bailed out his keeper Nick Noble, who was out of his normal area. He tried to win that ball from Kerr, but couldn't do it. Terrific work from Kevin Kerr.
Yeah, he created himself 2 or 3 chances right there, which was very difficult to do. He's kind of having a tough time getting a break, and by hitting the post in the first half. Nice flick on there to Maloto.
Head from Kerr to Maloto again. Kerr at the corner of the area. Vincent's open, has a rip, and it's blocked. Right over there to Danny Earls, tried to place it, deflects over to Suma, a shot, and he didn't get much on it. A one-hopper into the chest of Noble.
Yeah, that was a pass back, I think.
Had the look of it, didn't it? But
yeah,
he was open, had a free opportunity there.
Yeah, he couldn't really get enough on it. He was kind of like falling backwards as he hit it, you could see, and he couldn't get any power.
Yeah, even though the two that Danny and Earls and Robbie Vincent, they seemed like both of them a little bit too tight to their feet. Really couldn't get enough of separation to hit through the ball.
Well, Pittsburgh is having a little trouble generating chances. That is still a theme this season, and the Riverhounds with 2 tonight have not been shut out this entire year, whether it be U.S. Open Cup or league play. This is the 11th game of 2015 for them. Suma on through, and Russell stepping up, but it's off his leg.
Boy, that was
good play by Ekra, taking advantage of the sliding Willie Hunt. Ekra
well back Hunt.
Yeah. On the cutback, and Hunt, yes, good work to get back and put himself in the position to make a play like that.
Yeah, Willie really made up for his mistake, and you can see him chasing back there, and knew he'd messed up, and he had to get back and make sure it wasn't going to go any further.
He really did. That's the kind of effort that we have to expect out of the defenders, and
out of anybody really. When you mess up, you want them to at least make up for it.
Plumhoff swerving away, giving it away to Maloto. Bouncing ball, doesn't know what to do with it. He's going to let it go out for a goal kick.
Still plenty of time left yet. We just it's kind of calmed down a little bit now, and getting a couple of chances here and there, but I'd like to see the Riverhounds get a hold of it again, Gino, and it's kind of like start knocking the ball and keeping possession. Yeah, I mean, as we saw
that flurry there before with Robbie Vincent, Danny Earls, and then Suma hitting some shots, you still feel that there's some goals out there.
Look at this run from Plumhoff. Has rockets in his boots in the second half. He is all over the place, nearly causing some trouble, but the Hounds regain control with Vincent, Kerr, and Willie Hunt teaming up. Right back to Kevin Kerr. You don't see him this far back very often, but he makes the play to Anthony Vergara, who replaced the injured Tyler Pasher. That's the storyline tonight. Went down with some sort of a foot injury or lower leg. He took off his shoe and went to the locker room midway through the first half, replaced by Vergara on the left flank. So that Hounds back line had some continuity, but again thrown into flux by that injury. Earls sliding in.
Yeah, we talked about how that seemed to be such an important part of this winning streak, and getting some clean sheets, and then all of a sudden we've had to replace both of our outside backs. So it's and that cohesion, continuity is
kind of gone.
Lost us a little bit. So as we see a substitute,
Garrett Pettis comes in for Plumhoff. Jason Plumhoff off and Pettis on. Pettis has a goal in 5 appearances this season. Pettis also played against the Hounds back on opening night.
I think he scored, didn't he? I don't remember.
I want to say that he did. The name does ring a bell.
I'm just looking at his hairdo, and I can remember him scoring. I think that's what it is.
I believe he scored on the penalty kick late in that one that made it a 5-2 final. But this Harrisburg team impressive without the talents of Zach Pfeffer, who scored on opening night against the Riverhounds, Jimmy McLaughlin, who assisted and leads the team in shots. Those are two lone players typically from Philadelphia. They're not here, but Harrisburg has 4 and looking for more.
Well done, Willie Hunt, again to get a. But I think that'll be a corner.
Good recovery.
The City Islands, I think we said earlier in the game, were without some of those loanees from the Union, and that was making it a little bit tougher for them as far as the depth situation was concerned. They don't have the depth of the bench that they normally might. But so far, they're doing quite well with what they have out there.
Cardell Benbow takes this corner kick in the 70th minute. With the Islanders already up by a deuce, it's cleared quickly. Suma, a good burst to get around to Prima. He finds Dantas, who's all alone up front. He's got to wait and hold it up, and he does. Kerr to Suma. Onside? No, the flag does come up, and Suma belts it up into the suites at Highmark Stadium. There was a late flag. I'm not sure why the delay. You can throw it up if you see the offside. But
yeah, Nick Noble was flying out there. You seemed pretty sure that was an offside.
Yes, he was certainly taking a risk.
I tell you what, though, he was offside, and then he kind of stepped back, and then I thought the linesman kind of changed his mind at first. And
at any rate, we move on in the 71st minute, and Dantas couldn't catch up. Pfeffer, fresh into the game, makes the play there.
Oh, good switch from Ekra.
Yep.
Ekra to Benbow. Russell overtook him, but a throw-in upcoming for Harrisburg.
That would have been a nice time for a goal right there, Gino, but obviously it wasn't going to be, and now the Hounds are back on defense again.
And now it's getting late.
Yep.
Less than 20 remaining. Not counting stoppage time, of course. Ekra sprays it out wide. Pettis is the target here, and Garrett Pettis finds the ball near the corner flag, pushed away from him by Anthony Vergara. Throw back to Baril.
Really pleased with Vergara's performance. I think he's been very, very solid, very consistent. Won a lot of one-on-one duels, and really demonstrated a lot of promise, I think, down the road.
Sure.
I mean, he stepped in a tough situation. Obviously, he's not not the same type of player as Pasher, but he's done a very, very solid job there.
Yeah, really.
So it's good to see one of the local guys. Probably grew up about 10 minutes from here, doing very well.
If that, yeah. Well, depending on traffic with Green Tree, you never know. But we can say less than 5 miles away at the very least.
As the crows fly, as they say. You know?
If only you could fly on some of those Jam Parkway afternoons.
If only you could fly over the Fort Pitt tunnels, that would be great.
Then you wouldn't get that grand entrance, though, as here's a long drive from Benbow that bends wide to the right. One of 2 Pittsburgh natives, in fact, on this team. Nick Kolaric also grew up in the area, played at St. Francis University out in Loretto, PA. And he is available tonight off the bench for Mark Steffens. Pettis getting the loose ball to Benbow and partially whiffed on that as it hops in with some backspin onto Ryan Hewlings.
That's 2 shots he's had just in the last 1 minute here. Benbow took a crazy kind of a shot, and that one he got over the top of. You know, hopefully you don't get a third one and make it work.
Good reach by Moloto to make the play, but he feeds it behind Vinny Dantas. And there may be some chemistry issues going on there with Chabrillo getting most of the playing time up front lately. Dantas trying to get back into game condition here and get into the groove. The former indoor player, as you two mentioned earlier, and played for the Ottawa Fury of the North American Soccer League last year. Vinny Dantas, the Brazilian forward. 1 goal, 2 assists on the season, and a sub in this game. Cruz to the chest of Enric Vallis. Arena pops it up into the air, and Suma giving chase for Pittsburgh.
I'd do that too, because Noble's not the most quick-footed player. Gino, I'd put him under pressure every time he got the ball, but we won this one back.
Yeah, it's.
We will have another sub for the Riverhounds here. It's Fujiro Okiyama. First time seeing him in a few weeks.
Anthony Arena.
Coming in for Arena. That's a rare sight.
It's a rare sight when you substitute 3 out of your back 4. That
is a great point. Yep.
That is really is. It really is a strange change, but maybe there's a reason we don't know about. Maybe he's injured. We'll have to see. And there goes Malota.
There he is again at the end line. Good inward cut. Lost command, but wins that corner kick after Cruz stepped up.
I didn't really get to see who was in the middle there if he'd have got that cross in, but obviously got a corner kick out of it, so hopefully we can make something out of this.
Vincent will take. He's taken quite a few of these lately. Driving it, back post header, missing on the chance. Drew Russell, who also had a great opportunity against Richmond 2 weeks ago here, and nearly won that game with a late nod down, and this time again in the area, but not on target.
It doesn't look like with the Okiyama coming into the game, I was wondering if they were going to make any changes or maybe go 3 in the back.
Yeah.
You know, let Okiyama hold the center. I mean, and push
like
Russell up a little bit. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I see them pointing to Drew Russell. So I mean, it appeared at first they were sticking with straight back 4, but maybe it was just a way to get some. They didn't get the information out to Russell where they wanted to play. So we'll see how they do. If they stick with the 3 and they push put Russell up a little bit and then go 3-5-2, so or 3-4-3 with Dantes, Suma, and Kevin Kerr.
Well, there was a substitution. 23 came on, but it wasn't Eric Bird.
It's Antoine Hoppeneau, actually. They have 2 23s listed on the roster, so thank goodness for names on the back of jerseys, I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose it's just to test us.
He wasn't even listed as active today on their lineup sheet that we got, at least.
Yeah, I mean,
they have a 23, but like you said, Paul, it was Eric Bird. Anyway, we play on.
I thought once that name's on the lineup sheet, I don't know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
Kind of like the halftime game, everybody in the same color shirt.
Yeah, that was fun to watch and confusing to play as well as watch, as Okiyama gets his first touch and he gave it up. But it looks like he's going to get some help here from Danny Earls to out-pursue Garrett Pettis to the ball. Cruz keeps it in. Baril on the 1-2. Baril's in. Now he goes back, and it's drilled wide. Almost like one too many passes there. Yeah. Vallis and Baril working the 1-2 brilliantly, and too unselfish.
I don't know why he didn't take a shot.
Yeah, I don't know why Baril didn't take a shot there. And I'm sure the Harrisburg bench is thinking the same thing.
Boy, he could have just put that away, and it would have been.
Especially when Baril can strike the ball too. It's not, you know,
he had a clean look.
Yep.
No one between him and the keeper Ryan Hewlings, the rookie. Vergara's throw. Flicking it through was Suma, but no one home. Dantas was toward the middle of the field.
Yeah, we haven't seen Dantas getting much of the ball, Gino. Nobody kind of finding him and using him as a target player like Miro
was. A little bit more active as exactly Paul as a target player. So we said we see him checking back a little bit. Played, you know, he laid a lot of balls off, brought a lot of guys into the game. You know, with his big body. I mean, Dantas.
Russell.
Here's a chance.
Keeps that one in to the doorstep, and fancy attempt by Suma. Back heel almost, I think he tried.
I don't know if he tried to get over that, Matt, like faking he was going to hit it and then kind of like jumped over it, hoping somebody was behind him. But
anyway, it's off Harrisburg, so that's what's important. You get the corner.
Yeah. Got to make something out of this one.
Kerr won another ball in the midfield to create that opportunity, by the way, so he continues to work. Earls, left footer, but could not connect with Hunt, who was the closest to that.
was Harrisburg off and running. Neil Schaefer.
A lot of space. Yes, Neil Schaefer, one-time Riverhound, one-time Robert Morris Colonial. 2 RMU players on the field tonight with Schaefer and Miro Chabrillo.
Harrisburg had another Robert Morris player for a number of years, Jason Pelletier, who did an outstanding job for them in the midfield, was a real workhorse for them for several years. And I think he finally...
Nice move there.
Look at Kevin Kerr with the outside of his right foot pushing that by.
Looking for Vincent.
Vincent was back a bit. Hounds have to reset it. Vincent switching. There's Russell again. Drew Russell creating havoc. Good cross to the doorstep. I believe that was in the net. I believe that was across the line.
I think he was across the line, and the line
That should be a goal.
That's across the line.
He can. The center referee, John Douglas, can go to his assistant.
He needs to, because that is
the assistant referee is.
I believe he's calling a penalty kick at any rate, because the ball is at the spot.
Yeah, but it's, you still want the goal.
Yeah.
Right, was that Suma again in the mix? No, Maloto was up. He's the one getting up. Perhaps the foul was called.
That is definitely. I think that's.
I could swear to you that was across the line. Here's a look at it. Russell with a lovely cross at the face of goal. Oh, Maloto is pushed from behind, but that ball's in the net.
Yeah.
Boy, the Riverhounds have a serious gripe
here. They're just showing it on the TV.
I know.
And
but Kerr will take the PK. He's 1 for 1 this season against Nick Noble. Kevin Kerr, he's stopped. Rebound, score! 4-3 anyway. What a sequence of events. Is that Danny Earls? It is on the rebound. Good eye sniper, number 16, gets his second of the year, and it's 4-3. Can you believe that, guys?
No, I mean, that is a crazy sequence of events we've seen in quite a period of time. Clear goal. I don't know what the assistant referee is doing on that. That is his call. He has to call the center ref over and say, hey, listen, that was clearly across the line.
That's ridiculous.
You know, then a weak PK, you're thinking, oh my goodness, but then we bury the rebound. So it's just, and it was a PK.
Oh no, there's no doubt about that, you know.
But the ball's over the line is clearly when you take the goal. I mean, it's not like the guy was taken out and then the ball clearly rolled over it. But the ball was over the line as the guy was taken out, I think.
No, exactly. I mean, you want the goal. You don't even care about the penalty kick.
And I mean, you know, I don't know.
So an officiating mishap, and the Riverhounds end up getting the goal, but not after, well, quite a bit of action with Kevin Kerr's shot really trying to go right up the middle against Nick Noble, who stood his ground, made the save, but he could not control the rebound, and luckily Earls was there in the proper position to pop that home from about 15 yards out. So Earls.
It's going to be a crazy 10 minutes here. We said earlier we think that there's another goal or two in there, and
here he comes.
We'll see what happens.
Kerr stepping off. He has Vincent, already a goal in this game, and elects to find Lebo Maloto. Cutting in field. Back post cross, and a bit of a mishap on the
cross coverage. All kinds of
they're starting to connect
trouble for Harrisburg. They're having a real heck of a time trying to defend them. I don't know. There seems to be a lack. Seems to be a lot of confusion out there between Nick Noble and his defenders.
Yep.
Is he coming for the ball? Are they taking it?
Earls, the goal scorer, looking for a man, couldn't find him, but Vincent chests it down, couldn't step past the
There's a guy wide open on the far side of the field
of Baril. Baril could not get it to him. There's a tactical foul, I would call that, by
this referee.
Rob Vincent. And
what was
is
crazy,
he reaching for the card? I don't think so.
What was crazy, Matt, on that penalty kick was before they took it, they showed the replay on the
entire
big screen, and
stadium saw
Mark Steffens got up and asked the assistant, look at the replay, and you can't see the ball's over the line. But I suppose the referee's saying that he was calling the penalty kick before the ball went across the line.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't believe the officials are allowed to look at the screen, but I think they should be if it's a clear mistake, as we saw there.
Yeah, we do it in every other sport, don't we?
Yeah, why not? But it's 2015. Use the technology that's there. Kerr was bumped hard.
Got to make something out of this one, too.
quick restart, and once again, John Douglas does not allow the quick
This
restart.
guy, this referee, I don't know what the problem is with him. It's they want to take a quick free kick. It's to our advantage. You should let that happen.
He does not have to let them get back and get organized.
Get organized, yeah.
And that's what's happened here with Harrisburg getting 10 behind the ball.
That's not good officiating in my books, but I'm not the official referee. So.
Vincent right on target. Oh boy, that nearly caught Noble napping.
Well, those balls have been dangerous.
Oh, Noble drills it off the back of one of the Riverhounds' head, and is that Suma?
Suma, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, those diagonal balls into the box have been an absolute nightmare for Harrisburg. They've really struggled with those, and they haven't picked players up. They're letting balls drop inside the 6. As I said, there seems to be some confusion between Nick Noble and his defenders as to whether he's coming, taking them, who's playing those. And Paul, we know those in-swingers are the most difficult balls.
Yeah, just need a deflection right there. He just gets a flick on and it's over Noble again, you know. But obviously we've got to keep pumping that ball into the box. We've on the clock. It's less than 5 minutes right now, so I don't know how much stoppage time. Maybe a couple of minutes.
Yeah, you know, he certainly added a lot on for the first half. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. I got to think we have at least 3.
Suma had to come off, by the way. He was checked on by the athletic trainer, Leanne Calger, as that popped him right in the back of the head. Serve into the box, and can Harrisburg finish it off? They do. I believe that's in the back of the net. Yes, it is, and it's 5-3. Garrett Pettis heading it home with the Hounds pressed up, and that may have wrapped this one up.
Yep, but that is not the time you needed that goal, and obviously I don't know where Ryan was there, the goalkeeper. I don't know where I'd like to see a replay on this and see where he is.
Oh, he came flying out way too early.
Yep.
Otherwise might have been a pretty routine play because the Hounds had backtracked. It was a 2-on-2 in the penalty area with Okioma recovering, and a valiant effort by Anthony Vergara, but just couldn't quite volley it off the line.
Yeah, Okioma's, is running with that player and
still got a chance of winning it too.
Ryan was, not bad starting position, but a very difficult one for him to get to. And
well, keep up if you can tonight. It's 5-3.
Yeah, and Ryan, we haven't really been able to fault him for the other goals. I mean, they've been well taken finishes on the part of Harrisburg, but that one was ill-advised, I would think.
Yeah, well, if you look at the goals, they've been goals of mistakes. If you really look at it, it's like 3 to 4 mistakes.
Exhibition of defensive play tonight, but hey, it has been exciting. 8 on the board, unfortunately for the home fans here and for the Hounds. 5 of them have come off the feet and heads of City Islanders.
Yeah, and another substitution for the City Islanders.
Brett Jankowskis is in.
Jankowskis for Denny DePrima, who I think has had an outstanding match for the City Islanders.
Jankowskis serves it all the way across the penalty area. Garrett Pettis is there. 5 conceded, and well, who would have thought after scoring 5 against Harrisburg, the Hounds allow 5 in the second leg of this Keystone Derby 4-game series. If the score stays the same, the Hounds will still have the advantage in goal differential, but that's not really going to ease the sting of tonight too much, at least not right now.
No, I don't think anybody's worried too much about that at this particular point.
No, at least the fans got to see some goals for sure. But,
well, they did indeed. They can't complain about a lack of offense tonight, and really all season with the Riverhounds. They have scored quite a bit. They're going to up their average goals per game. Here's Drew Russell on the end of Rob Vincent's ball. It's onside, by the way. On back to Willie Hunt, who presses up. Hunt to Moloto. No, it didn't quite get there in his direction.
A quick throw in. Vincent with it. Back to Moloto. Up. Miscommunication again. Kind of like trying to rush now and make things happen with the last 2 minutes or so in regulation.
City Islanders 5, Riverhounds 3 from Highmark Stadium. The Hounds on the verge of their second loss in 5 home matches. This would drop them to 2-2-1 here on the south side if the result holds, which it looks like it will now after that Garrett Pettis insurance goal in the 86th minute.
Oh, great ball.
Dantas
there.
has a great collection, and Noble slides out to get a hand on it, but that close to a fourth for the Hounds, and Dantas made a terrific play to knock it down.
Didn't quite get a good touch on that ball. Couldn't bring it down and get just run away from it.
Here, by the way.
Yeah, must have given him a
Must have came off of Dantas.
yeah, at the end.
I think Noble played it off of him. So it's a goal kick. Yeah, it's, you know, just has to be frustrating for the coaching staff, where everything has been going much better in the back, and being able to pick up some clean. You know, they performed so admirably against Tampa Bay Rowdies, and really had a well-deserved clean sheet in that game.
Yeah.
And then here everything just seemed to fall apart with some uncharacteristic mistakes, and looked, nobody was on the same page, Paul, for most of the night in the back.
No, they're really unorganized. What a great goal that is.
And a shot and a score by the Hounds. They have made it 5-4. What a game tonight.
This is unbelievable.
Now we've got to wait and see how many minutes are left.
Yeah.
And
Don't stop him now. Is that Danny Earls again who got that? I apologize.
yeah, Danny Earls
Was blocked out by the partition here, but at the same time, Earls guns at home his second of the evening, and well, there's at least a little bit of time left on the clock.
4 minutes.
4 minutes, so there's a chance.
Well, there is
a chance. We were
It's panic station.
shoveling some dirt on this one a moment ago. A slide and a keep.
There's more than a chance the way this game has been going.
Earls, the Irishman, makes it 5-4.
Yep, and a long ball up again.
Hunt up the middle of the field.
Boy, they're going to calm me down a little bit, Gino, and try and get some balls into the box, because that's where we've been really dangerous.
Really dangerous, yeah.
And there's a great ball down the line for Maloto.
Vergara to Maloto.
Oh, nice touch.
Well
Beautiful play.
Great cross.
Maloto across and saving the day for Harrisburg, and the ball stays in. Actually. Scramble there. That ball is out, and it's out to Pittsburgh.
Still Hans' ball.
Dante was waiting for that cross, too. And
He was indeed. That was Enric Vallis who got in the way for Harrisburg. Another frantic cross by Suma is blocked.
and they are rushing a little bit here. We've got to keep this.
Some panic for Harrisburg. They have conceded 4, but they still might get out of here with a victory. But the Hounds have other ideas. Kevin Kerr pressing
ball.
upfield. Good ball. Cruz has it back, and a foul at the edge of the penalty area. A foul here, and it'll be a free kick. Willie Hunt, full marks to him for stepping up.
Boy, he got it way above that player, and the player just knocked his legs from under. And where is Willie? Is it still down?
Willie is fine. It's actually the Harrisburg player
Jan
who is
Eckert is down,
Jan Eckert gathering himself.
But now he's okay.
This is a great spot, Paul. I mean, we have a number of guys that can strike it, but, you know.
He gets way up in the air here. Watch this. Gets pushed.
Yeah, just get a little push. And I don't know what Ecker's. His head bounced off the turf, I think, is really what happened here.
But the foul was
this looks like to be all Kevin Kerr.
Kevin Kerr, can he do it? He's had so many glorious opportunities tonight. It would be storybook if he can get the 5th goal and forge a tie. No, they lay it off. It's Rob Vincent. Yes!
What a great goal! What a brilliant goal that
Say
was!
hello to heaven. Rob Vincent has tied it at 5 with his 2nd consecutive goal in stoppage time. This week he's done it twice.
Oh dear, what a finish!
He's standing over there. I'm like, can they touch it to him?
And I thought they were going to, and I thought, because Kerr hasn't really been, it's not been working for him. What a good choice giving it Vincent. I mean, holy smoke.
I mean,
Wow.
You know, he has an open shot, you just feel it's in the back of the net.
Drills it.
Did he ever
His head goes
deposit
down,
that?
you know what's happening.
In the top right corner, gentlemen.
And a lot of referee trying to get the players back. They're still celebrating down in the corner and just getting back now. Probably wasting another 2 minutes. So I don't know what the referee's going to do here. But
Vincent looked like he could hardly believe it himself. His 2nd goal of the night. Remember, he scored the one to make it 3-1.
oh, good shot!
Oh, they called a foul there and a card. I thought he may have gotten the ball, but Suma's
I don't know,
called.
man. Referee making some funny calls, but anyway, it's a free kick now to
Vincent
Harrisburg. So hopefully we can get back and defend this one. I think that's the main thing right now, and hopefully get a quick breakaway.
Oh, my goodness.
Vincent from Kerr, by the way. Sorry to interrupt you there, Paul, but want to do some housekeeping. Stoppage time again. Stoppage time has hurt the Hounds twice this season. They've allowed 2 in stoppage, but now they've scored 2.
Oh, that's a keeper's ball,
Long ball,
surely.
can Hewlings get there?
Well done.
Trepidation, but he punched it away.
Now,
Crowd
safety
loves
first
it.
in that situation, and Brian Hewlings did well just to get it out.
Yeah, I'm sure. I thought he could have got a hold of it, Gino.
That guy was rushing in on him.
He's putting him under pressure.
Yeah, put him under pressure. Safety first.
And Rivales with the throw. Coming in deep. Vincent going up for it. Watch out, Ekra had it blocked.
And here's a breakaway.
Here's a chance. Oh, yes. Ahead, Kevin Kerr. Can he do it?
Look at Dante going at the middle.
Free space on the left wing. Chimaloto cutting in. He was fouled. No, I don't know what the call was there. He did point for a throw in. Boy, I thought he was calling a foul in the box for
But here's a great opportunity again.
Kerr again. Harrisburg all stretched out to the middle. Back to Kerr. He stands up next to a mountain. He jumps it down with the edge of his hand, twirling his jersey off. Kevin Kerr is in the stands somewhere. It's 6-5. 6-5.
Matt, I think he ran straight out of the gate and gone down into the parking lot with that one. But boy, what a turnaround this is for the books. So now we really know what the biggest deficit to come back from is.
Yeah, I mean, it was 5-3.
Whatever it was, this is it.
Entering stoppage time. We're close to it. It was 5
in stoppage.
Here we go.
Yes.
3 goals in stoppage time.
Oh, what a great ball back to
Oh
him.
my, I can't believe Maloto had the presence of mind to look at Kevin Kerr.
And he's straight out the gate and in
What a
his
night
cars.
to be at Highmark Stadium. Shame on you if you didn't make it out this evening. Maloto, another assist.
Look at these people, they're going crazy, and I felt the whole booth shaking with these people jumping up in the stands.
Awesome stuff.
What an atmosphere here, fantastic.
Well, this has got to be it, right?
That was it. I got 5.5.
Clear out. Riverhounds win. Riverhounds win. Riverhounds win 6-5. And players doubled over Maloto on his back. He can't believe what just happened. And, well, it goes without saying that Harrisburg can't believe it either.
I think Harrisburg are in shock, actually. I mean, nobody in their own minds would think you'd... I mean, all the years I've played, Gino, the games you've been in, it's very rare you ever see anything like this.
I've never seen one like this now where they...
But I've seen one.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. We just had that feeling, even when it was 3-2, when they came back and we scored early, that there were
more goals.
There were going to be more goals because both teams were a little bit scattered and a little bit disorganized, and
boy,
and neither team could regain their composure, I don't think.
Not at all, and it was fantastic to see the Hounds just keep chipping away, and Harrisburg just kind of like
Harrisburg
still watching the game.
All they had to do was manage the game and kill the game in the last couple of minutes. That's all they had to do, and they were literally standing around, and they couldn't pick up any balls into the box, and it was crazy. That is a killer for Harrisburg, and an absolutely phenomenal win for the Riverhounds.
Phenomenal for the fans too, though, Matt and Gene. I mean, look,
you'll never forget this the rest of your life if you were here tonight, or if you were watching tonight with us. And wow,
the
I still don't understand what happened in front of my own eyes tonight.
Yeah, and these people gotta. People that are here are going to say, I want to come back and see a little bit more.
Look at Josh Reif there hugging Kevin Kerr, and Jeroen Volstra getting in the act, the Hounds keeper coach. Ryan Hewlings is the victor tonight, by the way.
Yeah, we're getting 5 goals.
Allowed 5 gets the win.
Good when you have 5 goals against average, and you get 3 points. So
yeah, but going back really to the game, guys, if you think about it, we kind of make 2, 3, 4 mistakes. I felt that gave Harrisburg the chance to go ahead, and obviously, we turned it around because I thought our goals were very well orchestrated.
Well, I'm sure Harrisburg's not going to say the same thing, but
I'm biased, but that's the way they did. I mean, some combinations.
We scored some fantastic goals, but and so did Harrisburg. But it's just defensively, there were a number of breakdowns on both sides.
Yes, really.
Here come our highlights, and this is going to be
this might take a throwback. Might take another half.
This is just the second half here. Actually, the second half in itself was crazy. Yeah, second half highlights. Here's Suma. Look at that header.
Suma.
Could have been placed better, and Nick Noble off his line.
That was the second goal.
That made it 3-2 right after Vincent struck. And then that turnover, and this one
thought was the winner.
I thought this was it.
This is it. It's 4-2. There's plenty, not much time left.
Yeah, that was scored with about 30 minutes to go.
And there's the one
that's the one that was actually in.
The one that was in.
Maloto fouled in the box. PK saved Noble, but the rebound Earls squibs it in.
Kevin Kerr there too. He was kind of one of those nights for him. It was good to see him get on the board.
Then they get this one.
It was 5-4 at this point. This made it 6-4. Yes, it was 6-4, ladies and gentlemen, with stoppage time approaching.
5-4.
Oh, sorry, 5-4, pardon me. And here's Vincent tying it up. This looked like it was going to be the climactic moment of the evening.
Yeah, that at least we're getting a point.
And then what a great
and
one,
Harrisburg all stretched out. They forget about Kevin Kerr.
They just told,
Maloto billed as a playmaker coming into this season, and he made the play in the end.
He did. It was good to see it happen, too, from Maloto.
Yeah, Levarek or whatever, I don't know what the heck he was doing. But it was.
So it was a 3-0 lead. It was a 4-2 lead. It was a 5-3 lead for Harrisburg, and they leave Pittsburgh with 0 points in the standings.
Exactly.
Stunning does not even describe it, and we hope you enjoyed it here. Once again, we're just trying to.
We've got 3 more games against this team yet.
Right, it's still a long way to go in the Keystone Derby, but the Hounds have the first 2 notched in their belt. Yes, indeed. Well, guys, any final thoughts? It's really tough to sum up what just happened. 2 stoppage time goals to turn a loss into a victory.
You have to give an enormous amount of credit to the players. Never say die attitude. They kept going at it. I also have to give some credit to Mark Steffens and his coaches for some really, I think, superb tactical changes. Even when we were down, we went 3 in the back, pushed another guy, put Drew Russell up. I think the change to bring Robbie Vincent Paul into the center midfield really
changed things.
Generated changed things right away. Gave us a lot. Sumas gave us a lot of mobility up front.
And Lobo out on the left too.
Lobo on the left. Those changes by Mark Steffens, I think, really turned things around in the second half. And Harrisburg never was able to adjust to it.
No, they couldn't figure it out, Gino. And I got to admit, you were saying in the first half, Harrisburg looked really good and were playing very, very well and kind of like had control of the game. You would have thought they'd have come out, and I'm sure that the coach said, hey, just let's use the clock up and take our time. We'll probably get another goal. And then obviously with a 4-2, you would have thought it was all over. But definitely, that's a great Pittsburgh comeback and never say die kind of attitude. And for these fans, they got to be ecstatic.
They're still standing around it. Yeah. It was a 3-assist night for Lebo Maloto.
Wow.
What an evening for him. Rob Vincent and Danny Earls get 2 goals apiece. We didn't see the Earls goal. He surprised all of us, including our camera operators, myself. I didn't see him even score it.
Yeah, I did. I was looking.
Came from the outside, correct? Maybe you could describe it for us.
Yeah,
Paul,
he kind of like bounced down. He bounced up perfectly for him on a volley, and he just volleyed it, and he went straight past Noble in the top corner, I think it was.
So that drew the Hounds to 5-4. That was right before stoppage time, and that's when things got really interesting. But anyway, we're going to go.
You're still thinking at those particular points at 5-4. Well, come on, it's stoppage time, and an experienced team like Harrisburg is going to be able to nail down the win, and
couldn't do it,
and they just became unraveled.
A complete loss of composure, and for the Hounds, you've got to give them credit when you're down 2 goals with 4 minutes to play, and to come out of it with a victory is remarkable. So, at any rate, a terrific night here at Highmark Stadium. Matt Geico with Paul Child and Gene Klein. We thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, you can come back out here next Saturday as St. Louis FC, the expansion club, comes in. For 2 o'clock, it's our last matinee game of the year. So that's a chance to see these remarkable Riverhounds in action. They moved to 4-3-3 on the season in USL play. They leapfrog Harrisburg in the standings. Harrisburg City Islanders now 4-3-1. Somehow not getting a single point despite scoring 5 at Highmark Stadium. And you've got to say it, the best game that Highmark Stadium has ever seen, at least the most manic and insane, crazy, exciting. What adjectives can you come up with? Anyway, we're going to rest up and come back at you in 7 days here on riverhounds.com and youtube.com/USL. For Paul and Gene, I'm Matt. Good night from Pittsburgh.
Good night.